Have you ever met someone who wasn't exactly what we'd call conventionally attractive, but somehow you just couldn't stop thinking about them? They didn't have to say much, but the way they looked at you, or the way they spoke there, was this quiet charm, a kind of light you couldn't quite explain. You know, sometimes what draws us in isn't about how someone looks, but how they think. So today, let's talk about something beautiful: 10 signs you might have an attractive mind. I'm Momo, your tiny star of calm. Some people ask questions just to keep the conversation going, but you ask because you want to understand. According to a Harvard study back in 2018, people who ask thoughtful, open-ended questions are actually rated as more intelligent and more attractive. I remember this girl in college, Maya. She wasn't loud or flashy, but people loved being around her. Not because she had all the answers, but because she made you feel like your story mattered. It sounds small, right? But admitting, "I don't know," takes real courage. Psychologist Carol Dweck calls this a growth mindset, the belief that your mind can always keep growing. Here's a simple example. In a tense meeting, everyone is trying to sound smart, but in reality, most people are uncertain and nervous. Then you admit, "I'm not sure, but I'd love to understand your point of view." Immediately, the room goes silent. Because that honesty, you're voicing their hidden thoughts. This one is my favorite. An attractive mind doesn't need big adventures to feel alive. It sees beauty in sunlight on a wall, in the sound of someone laughing nearby. Dr. Dacher Keltner from UC Berkeley once said, "Awe is the fuel of human connection." And he's right. When you can see magic in the mundane, your energy becomes contagious. In a world where everyone wants to be right, you'd rather be real. A study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who show cognitive flexibility are seen as more emotionally mature and attractive. When you can say, "I see it differently now," you're showing that growth matters more to you than ego. Listening isn't just staying silent, it's being present. A University of Minnesota study showed that when people feel truly heard, they see the listener as smarter, kinder, and more trustworthy. Think about it: when someone remembers that small detail you shared weeks ago, it hits differently, doesn't it? That's what makes a good listener magnetic. This is what psychologists call cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift your mind and see from another angle. Dr. Scott Barry Kaufman once wrote, "True intelligence isn't about how much you know, but how easily you can shift perspectives when reality changes." When you can understand more than one truth at a time, you make people feel calm and inspired. You know that feeling when a conversation just flows? Psychologists call it intellectual intimacy, that soft space where ideas and emotions meet. I once met a barista named Riley. People didn't just come back for the coffee, they came back for Riley. Because Riley remembered their names, their stories, their good days and bad ones. The world is full of people who talk, but few who actually listen. If you're the kind who observes, who asks why, who genuinely wants to understand, you have the kind of mind that heals quietly. You see beneath the surface, and that's what makes you unforgettable. You don't hide behind logic. You let yourself feel. Researcher Brené Brown once said, "Vulnerability is the birthplace of connection, creativity, and courage." When you can name what you're feeling without shame, you give permission for others to do the same. That kind of authenticity draws people in. Attractive minds don't try to shine alone. They help others shine too. You don't need perfect looks or flawless confidence. You just need honesty, curiosity, and heart. Because when people leave your presence feeling lighter, that's beauty. That's attraction. The world moves so fast, doesn't it? Sometimes it forgets what real beauty looks like. But if you've made it here, maybe you already have that quiet brilliance inside you, the kind that makes others feel safe and seen. So remember, real attraction doesn't live in how you look. It lives in how you make others feel. If this message resonated with you, drop emoji in the comments. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to PsychPrac, where we learn to understand, heal, and grow from the inside out. Okay, you did well today. Keep that gentle smile, because you deserve this peace. I'm Momo, your tiny star of calm. I'll be here, waiting for you in the next story. See you soon, and bye.